Alright, first nighttime drive of the night. There will be more, but this is the first. So, for starters, because I don't want to forget, the last video, or maybe it was the second to last, because I think I recorded another short one. I'll just skip it and post that one after, I guess, so it doesn't get all confusing. Or maybe it will. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But at the end of the last one, I said, I'll tell the story of how I got the nickname Sideswipe. So, when I was 14 years old, I had a friend named Aaron who I met at high school. We were both special ed kids, and I lived in a house on a street at the top of a hill. And you go down this hill, it's kind of steep, kind of long, goes around a left-hand curve a little bit, and then it flattens out, and at the end of it, it comes to an end at another street. And if you veer to the left just a hair, it's a cul-de-sac, but just like directly in front of you at the stop sign is a house. It's just like on its own individual little block, and that's where my friend lived, in that little independent house. So anyway, we were going from my house to his house at like 1 in the morning. We were riding our bicycles down the hill. It's residential, no traffic, and but there are a lot of parked cars and stuff. So I was drinking a can of Mountain Dew. I was on my bicycle, riding with no hands. I tilted my head back to take the last sip of the Mountain Dew, clean that can out, and I was down the hill, and I was basically right about on the curve. And it's not a sharp or long curve, it's just a light left-hand curve. But I tilted my head all the way back to get that last sip, and then I woke up about 300 feet down the street, tangled in my bicycle in the middle of the road. Like, literally, I tilted my head back, and then I woke up down the road. So apparently I blacked out when I tilted my head back, and I rode completely blacked out for like a good 300 feet. And I had momentum and I had balance, I guess. But what ultimately stopped me was, since I was unconscious, I couldn't really control anything, and I kind of veered, and my right handlebar scratched a parked car, from the rear panel all the way down, both doors, and I don't know if it's a handlebar or my body or what, but something took out the driver's side mirror. It was just sitting there dangling. Why is this semi speeding up? I don't like that. I want to get away from him. Holy cow. Anyway, so I sideswiped the car, and that's how I ended up mangled in my bike in the middle of the road. My friend was slapping me, calling my name to wake me up, and after that, he nicknamed me Sideswipe. And unfortunately, the name didn't stick. I actually thought it was kind of cool. And I tried to get people to call me that, but no one would, so whatever, it's fine. It's still a fun, happy little memory. It was painful. It was a great time. I didn't break any bones, so I came out okay. The car did not. And in hindsight, I kind of feel bad for them now. But at the time, oh look, welcome to Pennsylvania. I happen to have the camera ready for that. Every time we cross the state line, the camera's not ready. This time, boom, just happened to be talking. Yeah, buddy. So now we're back in Pennsylvania. We went from Pennsylvania to Maryland to West Virginia. Now we're back in Pennsylvania. And then I think we go from Pennsylvania to Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know that for sure, because it's all confusing. I don't know. Anyway, so after my friend helped me get up, we went and dropped our bikes off behind his house and grabbed his dogs and took them for a walk so we could better examine the damage to the car. And it wasn't pretty. It was a pretty deep scratch all the way down, and then the dangling mirror. And then we walked up into some apartments nearby, and we heard someone scream, and I don't remember the exact words, but I know it was the person whose car it was. He was very upset. So anyway, we never did get caught, and the thing is, if that happened today, I would leave a note on the car. But back then I was 14 and I was scared of getting in trouble, scared of getting beat up, scared of whatever. And so our goal was to get out of there before we had a chance to get in trouble or get caught or whatever. And I mean, I didn't like purposely damage his car, but still, I was young and stupid, and yeah, good times. And that is how I got the nickname Sideswipe, but only one person called me that for a while. So, good times. We just left West Virginia. We stopped to give Hansel the ring he lost. Now we're heading to Indiana. And starting to get dark, which is nice. And also not nice, but mostly nice. Hopefully traffic will be nice and thin, because I know there's some real heavy construction coming up. So that'll be fun. Yeah, that's where we're at now. I want to make this video at least 10 minutes. We're at 6:13, so ish. Whee! I think that semi a while back there that I was talking about, I think he was starting to lose control. He was going faster and faster down that steep hill. But he's good. I can see him in my rear view. He's chilling now. So that's good news. So, what else should we talk about, y'all? What else? Some fun stories, maybe? There's that Q&A video I posted. If you haven't seen that, you should definitely go click on it. It's just a video telling you, or asking you rather, to leave your questions in the comments, and I'll wait a few days or maybe a week, I don't know. We'll see how quickly it builds up, but I want to make sure there's enough questions to get a decent video in. I just looked at it a little bit ago, and we got some questions, so that's cool. I can probably expand. I'm really good at talking. I'm really bad at shutting up. So I can probably go into rabbit holes and all kinds of stuff and turn 3 questions into a 12-hour video if I really tried. But anyway, I want to get as many questions in there as possible, and so far some good ones have been asked. Man, that sky behind me is so cool looking. I wish there was a way to like flip the car around without wrecking and stuff. Anyway, yeah, we're doing good. Oh, Mom, did you want to stop before we really get into this drive?
What?
You know.
No, we just took care of that.
No, we didn't. They didn't have any public bathrooms.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, wait, I didn't pee. That's right, I forgot. So, yeah, you're welcome, YouTube. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, we'll stop. We're at...
You recorded that?
Huh?
That's on the recording?
Well, I didn't stop it. Yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's a natural thing. Everybody does it. It's fine. We don't talk about it. We don't expand on it. Just said one little word. It's fine. Anyways, so yeah. So that's what's happening. I'm trying to think of another cool story. Oh, I've got lots of good stories. Oh, we got semi-truck with brake lights. Don't know what's up with that. Alright.
Like that time Milo got out, we went to yard sale and there he was.
Oh, I got lots of Milo stories. Oh, Milo. So, if any of you have not heard, there's a movie called The Adventures of Milo and Otis. And Otis is a little pug. I want to say he's a pug, little puppy dog. And then Milo is a little orange kitty cat. Super adventurous, crazy old kitten. Otis is kind of like the more mature dog trying to keep him out of trouble. It's a fun little movie. It's a sad movie at times. but it's got like a happy ending. It's great. It's a great little family movie, kids movie, whatever. It's a great little movie. We had a cat named Milo, named after that cat because same color and also very adventurous, crazy cat. Milo was awesome. He was kind of an indoor-outdoor cat, so he went and roamed the neighborhood all the time. One time there was a neighborhood yard sale going on, so there's like 50 yard sales in the neighborhood, just all over the place. We were walking around checking them out. Show up at one yard sale, and Milo just kind of came out of nowhere and wandered up to say hello. That was adorable. Another time, this was before cell phones were really a big thing. We came home from a store or something, and there was a note on the door. Milo did have tags with his address and name and stuff, as well as his rabies tag. So he did have tags, and I thank God for that because that's the only reason we ever got him back, probably. They came to our house because they found him, they trapped him. I guess some people in the neighborhood or someone in the neighborhood complained about the outdoor cats. So the Humane Society came in with live traps and caught a bunch of them, including ours, our sweet Milo. And so they gave my mom the option of paying like $100 and some odd fine, or because none of the cats were actually licensed, so the licenses were $10 a piece. We had 4 cats at the time, so she had the choice of paying $40 or well over $100, like duh. So she got them all licensed, and we had to go and pick Milo up, and yeah, it was a good thing he had those tags. That saved him. So I think Milo's the one we used to drive around with in the back window of the car too, isn't he?
I don't know.
Or was
Then
that Buddy?
One neighbor found his collar that one time.
Yeah.
He lost his collar because it was one that was supposed to come off if he got caught on something.
Yeah, it was a quick release, emergency release, whatever. My
Safety collar.
Yeah. My very favorite Milo story of all time. We had a neighbor who lived across the street, and she had an orange cat named Toby. And Milo and Toby, they were really good friends outside. They used to hang out outside all the time. We'd seen them roaming together many times. But one day, my mom and I were talking to the woman who owned Toby, and while we were standing there talking, Milo and Toby walked up. And I don't remember which was holding which, but one was carrying the body of a rabbit, the other was carrying the head. As gruesome as it was also kind of funny. And I felt bad for the rabbit, but it was like the kitty cats were trying to give us a gift. So like that's just their nature, So not the prettiest sight, but it was heartwarming that they loved us, So there's that. What's going on up ahead here, y'all? We gotta put this on hold so I can focus. What's going on? No, it's just a truck stopped. Okay. People be driving crazy. We're going 80 and having a hard time keeping up. So I don't even like driving that fast, especially on unfamiliar roads here, but now we're starting to catch a couple people, so that's cool. What I don't like is the semis behind me going super fast because, in all honesty, that's really what's pushing me. I ain't trying to get rear-ended by a semi. That usually doesn't end well for the non-semi party in the crash. So, just get away from them. Alright. Bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. So, so one more thing with Milo and Toby. I had a paper route at one time. I had to go out on a Sunday morning. It was super freezing cold outside, and Toby was outside, the kitty across the street. Wow, this dude in front of us has no lights on. That's not smart. Holy cow. Y'all see this? See that truck with no lights on?
Yeah, I see it.
Hello. This dude needs to turn his lights on. No? No lights? Alright, we're flashing our lights at him. trying to get him to turn them on. He's not doing it. Dude.
That's on him then. There's nothing else you can do.
Yeah, but that's a huge safety issue.
I know, but what else can you do?
I can ride right here next to his mirror and do this until he gets the message.
He's got his headlights on.
No, he has his daytime running lights on.
Oh.
A lot of people have that problem. I've seen that before.
What was that?
That is a very good question. I do not know, but I feel like I need to pull over and check that out. That was a very odd noise. Is there an exit up here? I don't want to pull over on the side of the road, but I need to make sure.
Well, don't you have to see Mother Nature too?
I do, yeah. I'm a little more concerned about what the heck just happened back there. That was a weird noise. It felt like something went under the vehicle. I don't know if an animal ran out behind us that I didn't see, or if that truck pulled over back there, maybe dropped part of his load and we just ran it over.
I don't know.
I didn't see anything in the road, but I was watching the van. I was trying to see him turn on his lights.
Well, I heard it, but I didn't see nothing.
Oh, I heard it and felt it. I felt it. And I do not like that. So, yeah. We're going to see what that's about. We're at 16 minutes and plus, so I'm going to end the video here, and I guess we'll update you later. Adios. Be kind to one another. Be kind to your pets. They will be kind to you. Au revoir.